Hello everyone, I'm Anuj Jaggi and I'm a legal intern with Lexis and Company, and today I will be talking about environmental law. Firstly, I would like to introduce this topic or this wide area of research by the case of T.H. Godavaram versus Union of India, 2002. So, environment is a difficult word to define because the study of the environment is based on different principles of knowledge like environmentology, nature sciences, ecology, atmosphere sciences, oceanology, life and living, and many more. Its normal meaning relates to surroundings, but obviously that this is a concept which is relatable whatever object it with which it will be surrounded. Einstein had observed that the environment is everything that itself is in. Secondly, the word environment is derived from the French word environnement, means encircle and encompasses within it the land, water, flora, fauna, etc. The United States Council on Environmental Quality stated that the environment means man's total physical and biological system, including not only the biosphere but also his interactions with his natural and man-made surroundings. And further, according to Section 2, Clause A of the Act of Environment Protection Act 1986, environment includes water, air, land, and the interrelationship which exists between water, air, land, and human beings, other living creatures like plants and microorganisms and property. Further, the environmental problems stem from main categories of human activities. First can be the uses of resources at unsustainable levels, and second, contamination of the environment through pollution and waste at levels beyond the capacity of the environment to absorb them or render them harmless. Environmental law is an instrument to protect and improve the environment and to control or prevent any act or omission polluting or likely to pollute the environment. K.M. Chinnappa versus Union of India, environmental law as an instrument to protect and improve the environment and control or prevent any act or omission polluting or likely to pollute the environment. Further, Ministry of Environment and Forests. Under the Ministry of Environment and Forests is the nodal agency in the administrative structure of the central government for planning, promotion, coordination, and overseeing of the implementation of India's environmental and forestry policies and programs. The broad objectives of this ministry were the prevention and control of pollution, protection of the environment, and lastly, the ensuring the welfare of plants and animals. So, first main problem can be the pollution. So pollution is the wrong contamination of the atmosphere or of water or of soil. The environment is a complex aggregate of physical, chemical, and biological factors surrounding an organism. And further, according to Section 2, Clause C of the Environmental Protection Act, environmental pollution means the presence in the environment of any environmental pollutant. And further, according to Section 2, Clause B of the Environmental Protection Act, the environmental pollutant means any solid, liquid, or gaseous substance present in such concentration as may be or tend to be injurious to the environment. The various kinds of environmental pollution can be like air pollution and the Yes, the air pollution may be defined as the introduction into the as the introduction into the atmosphere of chemicals, particles, biological materials, or other substances that cause discomfort. Further, next kind of pollution can be the water pollution, which is contamination of water, thereby making it completely unfit for use. And another kind of pollution is noise pollution, which is an unwanted sound that disrupts environmental equilibrium. It is a sound which is unpleasant and it exerts pressure on our minds. There was no direct provision for noise pollution under the Environmental Protection Act 1996 or any other legislation. Central government framed the noise pollution regulation and control rules in 2000. The standards such as ambient or air quality standards have been set by the government, for which the permissible levels of noise are different for different areas, and such as industrial, commercial, residential areas and silent zones. And another can be land pollution or nuclear or radioactive pollution. So I'll be continuing the environment or environmental law in the next videos. Thank you.